Welcome to Tampa Bay. We fuck 'em up when we raise the flag. Fire the cannons and seize the day. The crew's ready, all hands on deck.
You guys come to my birthday party?
What is up, Bucs Nation? You're watching another episode of the Loose Cannons. I'm your boy Sam. We're hanging out with my brown brother, 𝗙𝗲𝗲, and our redheaded stepchild, very old man too, Stanker. And, of course, the return of Dr. Pless Flacco. Or Falco.
That is the cleanest fucking. That is the cleanest fucking jersey ever. The fact that he's wearing that only solidifies his goatness.
Yeah, he came back with the only jersey he could wear on a comeback like this. He's been gone forever. He's been so pissed off at Byron Leftwich that he said, "Fuck the loose cannons until that guy's gone." He's back. What's up, Pless?
Yeah. What's up, guys? I'm happy to be back on. It's been a while, like you said, and no, it's been a good offseason. Busy, but very excited about the direction of this team, and obviously talking with you guys is always awesome. So thank you.
What excites you?
Well, first off, I mean, getting Dave Canales in here, I think that was the first big step. I mean, getting a guy from Seattle where he's a young guy, he understands different concepts, knows how to put in a modern offense, and been a part of a team in Seattle for 13 seasons, and he's learned behind Pete Carroll and obviously different offense coordinators, being able to bring in probably similar offenses like the Rams, and then also what Seattle was doing the last couple of seasons, has me very excited about what they can bring with the playmakers that are here.
So, with all that said, Pless, Baker Mayfield, probably the flash or splash signing, I would say, of this free agency. I don't know what that really means. What do you think of that guy coming in here, either competing? Could he be QB1? Is he going to push Trask, who is basically a Hall of Famer already? Like, what do you make of all that? What do you like? What don't you like? And do you even like that pick or that signing overall anyway?
Hold on, Plus. I figured it out, Sammer.
What?
I know why dipshit's upset and he's pouting like somebody pissed at his fucking Cheerios.
That's it.
He said it right before the show.
What?
Are you coming to my birthday party? We haven't responded to Facebook invite, and he's fucking pissed. He's like Brian Drew on draft day.
Oh, no.
You're like, nobody came to my birthday. Yeah, I'm going to your birthday party, bro. Stop fucking crying. I've been busy in a UPS truck. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck? Like, Sammer, do you ever respond to those things? My wife responds to those
I
events.
don't. No. And you know what? I told you straight up, Stink, I'm not going to your birthday party. That is just what it is, all right? I can't help you. There's a tier set up in my world of things that I go to and things I don't, and you're just not at that tier, unfortunately. I'm sorry. And I love you. You're still my brother. It has nothing to do with you personally. You just haven't reached that tier yet. That's all.
What if I like I have a clown? You know, what if we do like
You don't have a bidet at your home.
me rides?
No. It's a hippie. He shits outside. What do you mean? Bidet?
I'm not interested. If I wanted that, I'd just go out to L.A., walk through his shit, and come back. It's no big deal. Sorry, Stink.
Bless. Go
Bless,
ahead.
go ahead.
Baker Mayfield.
No, that was awesome. Stank, I'll go to your birthday party if I'm
See?
invited. So
I'm a fucking true friend, bro.
I said I'm
Okay.
going. Asshole,
Yeah,
I'm going.
you can't tell, but I'm looking at Sammer on Zoom, like he can see me that I'm looking at him.
I'm
I'm
not
looking
going.
at
I'm not going. And every year you invite me to that weird plantation slave home thing. I'm not going to that
Let
either.
Plus talk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let Plus talk. Go.
yeah, so Baker Mayfield, like I was telling you guys before the show, obviously they picked him, they targeted him for a reason, right? They feel like he's a good fit for the offense that they're bringing in here. Him and Dave Canales have talked, and he has a lot of traits. Again, former first overall pick. He has a good arm, good quick release, and has mobility as well, be able to escape the pocket, so he can extend plays. Play action is like probably his strongest part of his game, and that's huge because you're going to see a lot of play action in this offense. So his ability to hit those intermediate to short passes with accuracy is important. Yes, I know there's the questions of the turnovers, but you have to really look at what he was being asked to do in other offenses during his time in Cleveland, and also, with Carolina, the short stint, and then look at what he did in those last couple of games with the Rams. He had success, and he was in an offense that was tailored for him. And he talked about it today at his press conference. He's like, yeah, the offense is going to be tailored around our strengths and our playmakers. And what I have to do is just get them the football. And I like it. I think he's got the advantage right now over Trask because of the experience and also being able, he's played in this system before. So I think he's going to just have a better understanding and familiarity with it. But, you know, if Trask wins, that's awesome too, because it just shows confidence in Trask, and the front office was right again. So it's a win-win, I think, for the Buccaneers.
We kind of
also
talked
said
about
this.
it. Now you're gonna talk over me too on my birthday week, bro.
Wait, when's your birthday?
Sunday.
Oh, yeah, it's still not going. All right, go ahead.
Anyways, fuck him. So Pless, he talked about it in his press conference as well today, that he got traded to Carolina in training camp, and then he, you know, went to another team in the middle of the season. So he hasn't had like an off season to really dive into a system and really, you know, clamp down and just get familiar with it and just understand it, right? When you have to think, that's when you run into trouble, bro. Like Stank. Go ahead now, Stank.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. That's how much. That's how important it was. We talked about this a little bit off the air in the pod before the pod. There's a lot of people in this building that really liked Baker Mayfield last season. We know we know several people who, you know, were really, really happy to have him as our starter last season. And, you know, things happen like they happen, and we got Leftwich during the season. Brady didn't want to play. You know, he was a shell of himself, and so we had to swallow last year. But it was all worth it in the end. At the end of the day.
The other thing too is the people on Baker's side wanted to be in Tampa.
Yeah.
As far back as the year before Tom Brady's retirement as well. So it wasn't. I kind of felt like that was going to happen regardless, as long as BA was in the building, which he still is. So I like the move. I'm not a huge fan of Baker's. I'm not going to pretend like I'm this gigantic Baker Mayfield fan. I am not.
So you didn't wake up feeling dangerous? That's not what you say to yourself every day when you wake up?
It feels
that
dangerous.
Sounds like a Sam Ali quote, bro.
It feels dangerous when he drops back to pass most of the time. And that's what I didn't like about him as a Cleveland Brown. But I saw parts of him that I'm like, okay, I can see what there is to get excited about. But he, again, like Pless said, I like that we have cojones here. He's going to put these guys in a position to actually play well. And in my mind, you know, everyone was talking about all these other guys that could have signed, but it all came back to, if you're going to sign a guy who could possibly win this position or push Trask, there wasn't a better option. And if he does win the job, he has the ability or the possibility to have a Geno-esque type of, you know, redemption story. And then you have maybe a starter for more than 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You've got the guy kind of. So it all makes sense. Right. It checks off. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, you didn't lose shit. Maybe Trask ends up getting better because of the push. You have to have a guy in there, though, like my tweet said a couple days ago, that actually pushes for the job. Not a Blaine Gabbert that shows up and, like, it's got to be a real dude. So I like
Blaine's a fucking hero off the goddamn football field. Watch your mouth.
Well, I understand, but he's in the twilight of his career. He wants to relax. You know, he's not going out there trying to. No. People know who he is. People know who Blaine is. He has nothing left to prove.
Me and you talked about that. I know what you mean. Like, you know, Baker's gonna come in here and take fucking Trash. It's lunch money. Like, fuck you. We're competing.
And I want Trask to go through that.
There's no study groups. Let's study together, buddy. Yeah, like, no. Like, if he wins, like you said today, he'll be a good teammate, no problem. But like in training, like, we're competing, bro.
Yeah,
fuck that
legit competition.
Sammer, your issues with Baker are his personality, not him on the football field. At least that's what most people just don't like him.
No. I love his personality.
He's got some moxie.
I see a lot of me. I see a lot of me in that guy.
What?
He's a douche. I do like he's got some fuck you in him, but that's
not a douche.
He's
a douche. Nah, he's not a douche. He got a little bit of frat boy in him back in the
huge
It's a State Farm thing. He'd never be a douche.
But look, my whole point is, just like I want for my kids to go through some adversity, like I don't want my kids to go through school not being bullied once or twice. Stand up for yourself. Punch the motherfucker back. That's what I want to see for Trask. Trask is like our child now. We've adopted him. We have no choice, kind of. But I want to see Trask deal with a bully. I want to see him deal with a bully. Hey, I'm going to take your lunch money. No, you're not, Baker. Your name is Baker.
Movie. Great movie reference, Sammer. Our favorite. The best movie of all time. Not even arguably. It is. You want him to be McFly. You guys to fucking grip that fist.
I do.
Turn the fuck around, and you got to fucking deck Biff, bro. You got to do it.
Yeah, and Baker's got Biff written all over him.
That clip needs to be on deck.
Like
you just press the button.
that has to happen. And if that happens, dude, I'm gonna be so proud of Trask and be like,
holy shit, Baker's Biff.
Yeah,
Baker's
Biff Mayfield. It's perfect, dude. It's absolutely perfect. Biff Mayfield with 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗏. What? What?
Awesome.
It just happened organically. We can't make
That's
it.
it. Show's over. I don't know what else I can add to this.
It's awesome.
Plus, I do want to ask you because you're the brains of the podcast right now.
Clearly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Baker's first year, he had like 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That had a great year. Went to the playoffs. He beat the Steelers. Holy fucking shit in Pittsburgh. Then the second year, I think it was game 2, because people, this misconception about the turnovers and he sucks and blah blah blah. Right. First year went in, almost 30 touchdowns, not that many turnovers. Went to the playoffs. Stank reminded me of that the other day. Beat the fucking Steelers, which we were all shocked in Pittsburgh. That's Biff and McFly right there. Mm-hmm. Then the second year, right? Was it, or the third year? Was it?
I think you're speaking of 2020. So 2020 was the year he went to the playoffs. He had, I think, 26 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. His rookie season, he did pretty well. He had 27 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. So, double the ratio there. But
then the third year, second game, he fell, messed up a shoulder labrum, which everybody's
that was
shoulder, but that messes up your mechanics. That fucks everything up.
Yeah, that was the year after the playoff season. That was 2021. So he was playing with a torn labrum, and that's a tough injury to play with. Even if it wasn't his throwing shoulder, it's nagging you, and that's not harness. Yeah, it's not easy to play with.
But what was funny about that is that after his injury, his coaches decided to throw the ball like 45, 55 times a game.
You got Chubb and fucking Kareem Hunt.
And then after the game, they'd be like, well, he's playing with a torn labrum. It's in his left arm. We understand but then why are you calling 55 pass plays? And it's not like it was it's just like, oh, we're going to run the ball 10 times with these studs that we have back here. We're going to make Baker, who's injured, throw 55 times. Like, it was almost as if they were trying to make him look bad so they could write him off and just be like, we had no choice. Guy sucks. So I did that for him.
I'm not trying to say Baker's like, doesn't deserve any blame, but kind of shitty. You had an okay rookie year, playoffs the second year, second game of the season, you tear your labrum, you're wearing a fucking harness, you can't really throw, then you're out of there.
Yeah, we don't follow the Cleveland Browns, but just reading between the lines, basically hearing about what happened to him last offseason, clearly there was a lot of fucking turmoil behind the scenes in the locker room because he did play injured. And then all of a sudden, the Deshaun fucking Watson shit happens and his future's in limbo. And he, he got cut last year. It's tough. It had to be a really tough season for him last year.
You talked about his attitude stank and you don't like his personality, but I think that kind of personality, though,
got him through it.
It needed to be humbled.
That's different. I like real shit. I don't like.
What I'm saying is he needed to be humbled. I think the best thing that could have happened for Mayfield is that he was humbled. Sometimes those guys, they're big man on campus from fucking day one in high school all the way through college. Big dick energy constantly, and we all know Biff has a huge dick in Back to the Future. There's no question about it. All right, he just that thing's just walking around with him, right? So.
Nobody knows more about being humble than you, bro. So continue.
Baker needed to be humbled, and that's I think what's happening. We kind of got a little bit. Plus, did you not feel that way when you heard him talk today? He just felt like he was kind of more not so much trying to push the Baker sales pitch on people.
No, he said all the right things, and I think he's definitely learned from his experience in Cleveland, and then also just the situation last year. Like Poppy said, being traded to Carolina, a situation where he probably didn't want to go to, and to start training camp there and then get a late start on learning everything and trying to be the guy for Carolina. It just didn't work out, and obviously they fired their coach. There's just a lot of turmoil there, and then he goes to the Rams late in the season and actually plays pretty well for those 4 games that he played in. And I think that's what you're looking for, obviously, with the Buccaneers coming in here, learning the system, playing in a system that is going to tailor to his strengths and allow him to be himself. And again, former first overall pick for a reason. So this guy has the goods, and I think teams, and me and Mark talk about this all the time, it's like, don't have to throw away a quarterback just because of maybe a few bad seasons. Like, try to develop him, figure out what makes him work and what is best for him instead of just, throwing the guy away because he, something went wrong or, just didn't work
Jameis
out.
Winston. I'm sorry.
And Cojones
Yeah,
is
no,
like
we
Cojones is like the
tried doing
perfect
the same
guy for
thing.
that.
And we tried doing the same thing with Tom Brady. We kept trying to fix him, but it just
Yeah.
eventually just
True.
Jameis is
I need to stop the show real
Jameis-
quick and talk about the super chat. Anybody want to read that out loud?
no. Where's the super chat?
Plagic Computer donated $5, which typical for a stank birthday present. Happy birthday, you beautiful bastard. There you go.
Go
Stank.
shop at Five
Feel-
Below.
Feel
I love
better
you, bro.
now, man? Feel better?
Five Below.
I do. I
Get you one of
actually
those-
do.
One of those
You
fucking
know,
pool noodles
Nothing
now
makes a
at
Jew
$5.
feel better than money.
So plus,
Nothing.
me and you can keep talking football here. So what you're saying is that he got the short end of the stick in Carolina because he got traded there right before training camp. So he didn't get a chance to develop that relationship with his guys. Like he said today, he's going to start reaching out to the guys. So pretty soon here, we're going to see some helicopter aerial shots, right? At Plant, was it? With Mike Evans and Godwin and Baker. He's going to call the high school
Berkeley.
thing?
Berkeley.
Berkeley?
Yeah.
Is that what's that's what he was referencing, right? That he didn't get a chance to do that. Well, now he's got the whole fucking offseason. Let's get the choppers out. The choppers were a good omen, bro. Bring out the fucking choppers.
Yeah, I like it.
You know what I like so much about this too, going back to Cojones, is that he's kind of been in this situation like we talked about, Latte. He's been in this scenario with the Seahawks, a team that everyone had written off, a team that was going through apparently a roster rebuild. No one gave a shit about them. They had a quarterback that no one gave a chance. He was there. He developed him. He went through that entire offseason, and then he went through that season doing it. There's no reason why Baker can't have a Geno-esque type season if he beats out Trask. And if he doesn't, like I said, I think it's the best thing for Trask. But I think we're set up in a way that this isn't going to be it's going to be a good move eventually, whether it's for Trask or for him. But Cojones makes it all work, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I see? You know what I see in that? I see a whole lot of fuck you in that quarterback room. That's what I see.
Yeah.
A whole lot of fuck you, fuck the whole outsiders. That's what I see. Sorry, Plus, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, can't count Trask out either because I think this offense is gonna suit him much better than the previous offense, just because it's gonna be more suited where it's more open, more play action passing,
Lollipop arm. Sorry.
identify easier targets, easier reads for him to get the ball out faster. And Rachaad White obviously talked about him on your guys' show and spoke highly of his work ethic and training and obviously improving his body. He's capable of doing the RPO stuff. So yeah, excited to see what he can bring, and it's a competition. And I think getting Mayfield in here, like you guys said earlier, I think was the guy with the highest ceiling to go out there and get. And I think adding him into the room, that's going to make everybody better.
Hell yeah.
I'm much happier with him than I would have been with Derek Carr, and we didn't pay him $140 million. We paid him $50 million.
Hey, because it wouldn't be a Loose Cannons production podcast if we didn't, fuck the Saints. You idiots traded the strength of your defense, your entire defensive fucking line, for Derek Carr.
Man, it's not even just about that. Like, if Derek Carr comes here, he comes into a competent offensive system, in my opinion. By going to the Saints, he's going to a team that's proven since the departure of Sean. They have no idea what they're doing on that side of the ball. None whatsoever. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, great, you got him, great. So him coming here and him going there, two totally different scenarios and results. I think Carr here would work, but again, it's kicking the can, and eventually, like, it doesn't make sense. If we had a couple other pieces, maybe. But now I'm going to shift the focus a little bit.
Sammer, talking about that, because people kept talking about that. I posed this question to those. Would you rather kick the can down the road, bring in the Derek Carr, and you can't sign fucking Antoine Winfield and fucking Trisha Wirfs next year?
No.
That's Saints type shit. I'm not doing that. I'm cool with fucking Baker and Tracy, what we got, and keeping our guys that we want to keep.
Every year they lose 2 or 3, like, key pieces on their team to do nothing with the next season. It makes no sense. It's like, if you're going to do it, at least win, at least get to the playoffs and, like, go deep. It's just like, fuck. We're just going to throw a bunch of money over here.
Today that Mike Thomas is making almost $14.5 million this season. Caught 17 passes last year and like 30 the year before. Bro, what are they?
A lot of money. Yeah.
Dude, I do that shit for half. I do for half.
What are they doing, bro?
And I'll probably score a couple
more. You could catch 17 passes in a fucking NFL game. Well, that's one game. Yeah, you could. You could do that.
I got hands. But give me one a game, bro. Easy. Easy,
Hey,
dude.
you just catch the fucking famous Chris Godwin bubble. Just quick. We don't need to run enough.
Oh yeah, get Byron up there.
Size fucking turn.
Damn right. Hire Byron. Get me out wide receiver. I'll get at least 2 wide receiver screens.
Just
series.
make sure Kyle throws it. 'Cause Kyle has no arm.
Plus,
No,
that
no,
was
no.
one,
That'll
of,
get me
one of the
killed.
things that upset me. Now that my
Kyle's
buddy,
got an arm. He's got a good
thank
arm.
you.
Yeah.
Tell this motherfucker should.
It's very
I'm a little.
rainbow.
I'm sad.
Rainbow.
That Leftwich is gone. Everybody knows that.
I remember you coming on our show and defending him.
Are we going to? We're never going to see that bubble screen again, because that's my favorite play, bro. If I don't see that at least 11 times a game, it kind of makes me sad as a Bucs fan.
I'll tell you this: the screen game is going to be much improved. It's going to be more diverse, and you're going to see more than just one screen or one variation of screen. I'll say that.
That was our offensive identity. Like, believe it, how some people like pound it. Some teams are run and gun. We were a wide receiver screen team. That's what we were, and we were fucking good at it. All right, we were very good at it.
That was the team slogan for the year.
Yeah. People like
second
Bucs,
down. Here comes the screen.
Bucs don't have an offensive identity. No, they fucking do. You just don't know how to stop it.
Gain of 1. Here we go. We're gonna throw a screen out to Godwin for
holy shit,
3 yards.
Yeah, and there's nothing like leaning on your identity on a 3rd and 8, because that's what good teams do. They know what they're good at, and they do it all the time. So 3rd and 8, gotta go 2 yards.
When you have the GOAT, you just do that.
Yeah, they put a lot on him.
Pless, aside from the Baker Mayfield deal,
yeah,
we lost a couple of guys in SMB. Mike Edwards, I thought Mike Edwards for sure was going to be back. I didn't think they had a reason really not to bring him back. He's versatile. Todd Bowles loves him. Talk a little bit about how that
in Logan Ryan, and we're drafting Brian Branch.
Yeah, how that affects what we got going on, how the draft could play out because of that. And were you surprised that he and Sean weren't actually re-signed?
No, I mean, I could see, moving on from both of them. I mean, Mike last year and his first full year as a starter, he was just very inconsistent. There's a lot of times where, he was trying to jump a route and he put himself in the wrong position, allowing something over the top against him. In the run game, he's just not really that box safety that they were trying to make him be. And, so it was unfortunate for him. I think he's more traditional free safety where he can be back there and try, or just be that underneath defender in the slot and try to, intercept passes. But it just didn't work out. And I'm happy for him about the opportunity for Kansas City. That might be a better fit for what his skill set is. And then same thing with S&B with Jamel Dean coming back, which is awesome. That's a huge re-signing. S&B gets a better opportunity probably in Tennessee. And I wish him well. And, he had a really good moments here in Tampa, but it just the inconsistencies as well. And then the injuries that he had to deal with. So that hurt him. But, the Bucs are moving on, and you got a really good tandem in Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean, and then Antoine Winfield. And those 3 guys, that's your key secondary pieces right there.
I was going to say, Jamel Dean is back. Massive signing. Yeah. Somehow they keep him and Levante. Before we get to those 2 guys, though, I got to ask, is it time for McCollum to kind of look back at his rookie film, fix all that stuff, and now be able to really kind of develop it? Because I think he was thrust into the lineup with playing time way sooner than the coaches probably wanted him to be.
You hope.
Might be
you
time.
hope. Yeah, you hope he can take a step, but again, you got to remember this guy was a 5th round pick for a reason. Very raw. He has all the athletic ability in the world, but it's just he's behind. He's behind in experience. He's behind, and just he's gonna have to really focus on the playbook and knowing where he needs to be on the field. But yeah, you would like to see him take a step. But they're gonna add to that position. They're gonna add corners. They're gonna add a safety. Those are positions that Todd Bowles is very high on, and it's important for his defense to be successful. So, they're definitely going to add there.
Donnie Abraham would tell us till the cows come home. He wasn't ready his rookie season. Rondé was terrible his rookie season. Like, all the guys we know and love and we think just came out of the box.
Brian Kelly. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
They wanted to get rid of Rondé Barber, didn't we? Like,
the second year.
That bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give the kid another chance. he just didn't look comfortable out there. He looked lost
Right.
at times. He didn't look like a hitter. It was a surprise we drafted a guy that couldn't tackle. He didn't look like he wanted to tackle at times.
Did you see him on special teams though? That motherfucker's a gunner, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
but
Legit.
boy, holy shit, he was fast.
But with SMB gone, now he'll get more reps. Hopefully, he'll get more. He's also having that playing experience. Remember, Carlton and 𝗙𝗲𝗲 were not good their rookie seasons either. Albeit they played with the fucking bullshit defensive coordinator, but they were not good either. I remember Carlton. People wanted Carlton Davis the fuck out of here. Remember that when we were running Mike Smith's whatever the fuck he was doing and shit.
Yeah.
And then it just took some time to develop. But once we got real coaches, they kind of got him along. So McCollum's probably best thing he did was getting thrown in the fire like that. He sucked. I couldn't stand watching him miss tackles. He couldn't tackle an old lady. It looked like it was just terrible. So I think this ends up helping him. But we'll see. Obviously, they're gonna draft somebody. But before we get all that. I mentioned Lavonte to you, Pless, and 𝗙𝗲𝗲. Massive signings. People said it was one or the other. Jason Light, greatest GM ever. Greatest front office ever. I mean, in team sports.
I love Jason Light. So I like how he approaches things. He always has a good process. So yeah, getting Lavonte back is huge. Signing back Anthony Nelson, getting back Cam Gill, Patrick O'Connor. And then like the two outside free agents besides Baker, I love Greg Gaines. Chase Edmonds is going to be awesome for Rashad. So I love everything they've done so far. I mean, Anthony Nelson, I was kind of surprised what they gave him. I thought they could have put that money elsewhere with a higher upside pass rusher, but to get a guy that fits the scheme and is showing signs of improvement, I just feel like his ceiling is already there. So again, that's another position that I think they're going to address in the draft too. They have to get more pass rush. That's a big focus of mine, especially at Real Bucs Talk. It's getting those guys that can affect the passer.
Interesting, Plus. Do you think it's more of a priority? Hold on, shut your fucking mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth. You're gonna ask what I was gonna fucking ask. Except I was gonna paint it in a different way, you motherfucker. You piece of shit. Go ahead. You muted him. Yes. No, let him say it. Let him say it. That would have been amazing though.
My birthday week, and you're gonna mute on my birthday week.
Look, dude, you could see his heart breaking when it happened.
Go ahead. I didn't say it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Stink. Go ahead.
Are you saying, Pless, that pass rusher could be more of a priority than reaching for some hybrid safety nickel guy who played on the team that has everybody? If it was like, oh, you draft this Branch kid, even though he played on fucking, a team that's full of fucking NFL players.
You're so dumb.
Huh?
Branch is so good.
Are you saying that pass rush is more of a priority?
You idiot. You maybe unmute him for this nonsense? Go ahead, Pless. Sorry that you have to answer
the three of us got into an argument,
questions.
Pless, basically. The three of us got into an argument that me and Sam are saying if Branch is there, they're going to take Branch. And Stank's take is, no, they're going interior defensive line or pass rusher. And I'm like, not if the right one isn't there, man. And they likely won't. And
if the right one's not there, they trade out.
Go ahead. Let Pless talk.
Yeah, I would love a pass rusher. They need one to complement, JTS. I think JTS is a very good edge too. I don't feel like he's an edge one. So to get another guy in there, you always want pass rushers. You always want to have as many as possible because they're key. To be able to rotate them in and out. We don't know what Shaq Barrett is going to be coming off the Achilles. He might not be, his usual self this year until, 2024. So you always want to add there. And yeah, if the right guy is there at 19 for pass rusher, yeah, absolutely. I would love to take that guy. Nolan Smith is a favorite of mine. I love that dude. I think he's going to be very, very good. But the problem is with the, what he's done so far this offseason, probably going to be a top 10 pick and probably going to be playing for the Atlanta Falcons, which is going to break my heart. But, looking at him
right now on the spot, that's what we're trying to say. If Nolan's not there and the top guys aren't
there.
Yeah,
if Nolan's not there, like
Branch and Bowles is a fucking safety to have two Antoine Winfields back there. What the fuck? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Branch is a top 20 player for sure. Very solid, fluid, understands his position, very good slot defender. and can play center field if need be. So yeah, it would be a great pick if he is there. I'm also looking at offensive tackle. That's a big need for them as well. Adding a left tackle or right tackle. And then you have to look at a lesser need, not going to probably be first round, but, tight end. I think they definitely want to get another tight end here because that's a big part of their offense. It's going to be 2 tight end sets. And, you have to complement 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗲. And I think you're going to see a lot of that, from the offense.
My
So
argument
they're not going to take Bijan Robinson, like JC said. They're not going to.
No. Bijan Robinson won't be here.
My argument against Stank has always been, if you're going to draft in the top 25, you got to get a guy that is a day one starter, impact right off the bat. You're not going to
That's
find
what you want.
You're not going to find a pass rusher at 19 that's going to be day one impact because, like you said, those guys they're premium guys. They're gone. 19 Branch, dude, he's a Swiss Army knife. He fits everything that Todd Bowles likes. You have to pay Antoine this offseason probably, if not next offseason, and then drafting a guy next to him buys you another 4 to 5 years to not have to worry about another contract anyway. So it just works out. And they let Edwards go. Like, it all just adds up, man. And again,
it does.
None of their
and again, like if he's not there,
we're gonna resign Logan Ryan.
Right. Yeah, that would be good. For depth and adding a veteran
wrench.
But that's a depth piece. That's what Jason Light and these guys do. They sign guys that are either depth or possible starters, so they're not pigeonholed when they get to their pick. They know that they can go one way or the other or trade out of it. Sorry, Pless, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, we don't even know if Brian Branch will be available, but and if he's not available, then and you don't have just a blatant pick where it's obvious. Yeah, definitely you want to trade down. You want to move and try to find value. The most important thing you want to do is try to go best player available that fits your needs. That fits what you're trying to do scheme wise and understand. That best fit. And, I talked a lot about last year's first pick and Logan Hall. I did not like it at all. I just didn't see him as a fit for what the Bucs defense is, especially when you're trying to put him at defensive line position and just the stuff that Todd Bowles asks of them. He just didn't do it well. And I understand it's a trait pick where he's got a tremendous athleticism, size, all that, and you hope you can develop him into something. So they just have to be smart in how they attack their picks and make sure the player shows elite traits, but shows it well on film as well, as far as like doing what you want to do scheme wise. Because you don't want to make these guys, do what they can't do.
That position more than any takes time for guys to grow into.
For sure.
He took a year off of football, right? As well.
No, I don't think Logan.
That
did.
was JT.
That was JTS. Oh,
yeah.
Still,
and
the
JTS is coming on.
The kid has to get stronger.
Yes.
I think he knows Bowles is
he's getting more weight this offseason as well.
Yeah.
My only thing was he struggled on film, and that was my biggest thing. Like he struggled against lesser competition, and it was just inconsistent film. But again, you traded back. He's a second round pick, so I understand.
He played a lot last year too. He got a lot of reps last year for being a fresh faced kid.
But you're just making our point for us, Think. He's going to have to grow into the position. So you want to use a pick at 19 for a guy who you still have to grow into that position.
Yeah, because the cupboard
when you need day one impact.
The cupboard's pretty bare, bro. We need more.
That doesn't make sense.
We need freaks at that position.
I think those picks will definitely come in day 2. I think
you don't know what's going to happen with Shaq Barrett either. I'm sorry, Bless. You don't know what's going to happen with Shaq.
I was just backing you up there, Stank. I was going to say, those picks like defensive line and edge are definitely going to come in day 2 where the value suits it better. When you look at the strengths of this draft, it is cornerback. It is the defensive backfield. And if you can get a high-end slot guy like Brian Branch to help you underneath and make plays like that, and also you make Antoine Winfield better because he's able to play center field, which is his best position. So it makes sense from that standpoint. Now, if Branch isn't there, then I could definitely see offensive line come into play because that's a weaker position, especially at offensive tackle, where you can't really wait too long. So they could trade down and maybe take a guy like Antoine Harrison from Oklahoma to play left tackle, and you keep Tristan Wirfs at right tackle.
Dr. Pless has spoken, and he has given out his diagnosis, and it is shut the fuck up, Stink.
I ain't taking
Speaking of Shaq Barrett, you guys are saying we don't know what Shaq Barrett we're going to get, yada, yada. Yeah. We're going to let Shaq Barrett tell you guys himself this week.
You let the cat out of the bag
Yeah,
week?
why not? Shaq Barrett's gonna
That's
hop
awesome.
on the pod again,
live
and we'll
Shaq
let
Barrett?
him let you guys know.
on this podcast.
coming back?
And
'Cause,
that
hey,
seat
listen,
where Pless is right
Back
there.
is back.
Dude has bet on himself, and he has more chips on his shoulder than a Chips Ahoy bag, dude. That guy will absolutely let you know that he's gonna be ready.
I
That's
love
the
it.
thumbnail quote, by the way. Shaq is back. All right.
Shaq
love
is
it.
back.
Like it.
Can't wait for that one.
Wait, live?
I don't know if
Live.
it's gonna be live yet, but I think it's gonna
People
be
can
live
ask questions and shit. Okay. Okay.
That's awesome.
if they're
Oh,
respectful.
fucking
Hey,
okay.
Shaq's not still mad at me for waking up his baby?
He doesn't like you. He doesn't like you.
He doesn't like you. He's coming on for the people. He's a man
I
of the
also
people.
didn't say you were gonna be on the pod. Just
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So I get to watch with all the
Doctor.
rest of the fucking plebs?
It'll be
Dr.
myself,
Pless will be on with us.
Pless, and Latte, and we'll be able to throw good questions.
I would
at
love
the guy.
to.
You wouldn't
I would
have,
love to
Shaq
talk.
wouldn't even be on the show if it wasn't for
Hey,
me.
hey, a good question, Pless. Not asking a running back in the NFL if he's scared.
God.
I love that podcast. That was a great show.
But when he said that, me and Sam were both like, "What the?"
Embarrassing moment, dude.
I love.
Sometimes you got to test the kid's marbles. Listen,
I love
wasn't
steak.
fuckery, but I got him to crack. That was my goal. I got him to laugh. Got
You
him
didn't
to-
laugh.
What? Not at that
You gave me
question.
the-
No.
He has
that
a
was my
picture
first
of
question.
you. He has a picture of you on those
the
fucking.
locker.
Yeah, he's got a picture. This
Good.
motherfucker
Scared.
thinks I'm scared.
Listen, he won't be. He wouldn't be the only Buccaneer player that wants to fight me. As you guys know, I have this special trait where I like to piss
yeah,
Bucks
Fred-
players off,
Fred
and they want to
Johnson.
fight me. I'm just picking up where Mark Cook left off. Like players.
You know
just
what's
getting
funny?
pissed off.
You know what's funny
What?
now? You and I both have enemies in Buccaneer offensive linemen.
Caleb Beninock.
So Latte, you got to complete the trifecta. You got to go piss off. I don't know.
I'm gonna piss off.
Randall McDaniel. Go piss him off. Or Jeff
off
Christie. Go piss off Jeff Christie. Go
Holy
piss off.
Oh, man.
Jeremy Trueblood, dude. Yeah, you can
I said
totally
Jeremy
take him.
Trueblood.
Yeah, guy
Jeremy
looks like
Trueblood.
he's
Big
made out
dude.
of twigs now,
I
dude.
don't fight that guy. Who was the guard that we had next to him?
Davin Joseph.
Davin Joseph.
Evan's so good.
Davin's
a good
so
man.
nice. Yeah.
Davin's
Yeah.
so nice.
We only have beef with the shitty ones. We're not talking about like
Huh.
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna pick on the guy that got fucking MRSA. Fuck that guy. That
Carl?
guy fucked
Carl
us up for what,
Nicks?
Eric?
Yeah, you know why, bro?
Carl
Because he was a saint.
he was a saint,
a
bro.
He was a New
brought
Orleans
the
saint.
fucking MRSA from
know,
Because he was
He's,
a saint.
he
It was
brought
all a
the
ploy by the
dirty
fucking
Who is-
saints to bring that
worst-
shit into our
Yeah,
building.
worst
No,
free
who-
agency move of all time. The
Who
Bucs
is the
signed
kicker?
a mole.
Lawrence-
He was a
Lawrence
spy.
Tynes.
Lawrence
Lawrence
Tynes.
Tynes. Yeah.
Lawrence
No.
Yeah.
Carl,
He sued. He sued the Bucks.
Carl Nicks
Dude.
lost a fucking toe because of the Bucks. Do you understand? He lost a fucking toe.
No, he brought that from the fucking
He brought
Saints.
it.
Yes.
He got that shit in New Orleans for
He was
sure.
patient zero, and then he brought it here. You know
Yeah.
why? Because he saw some idiot on a podcast, barefoot in cities, and he's like, "Let me try that." He went barefoot in New Orleans and wah-ba-ba.
I have not been barefoot in New Orleans.
I bet you
Greg
won't.
Schiano.
Yeah.
I bet you won't.
Damn.
Bet you I won't.
That's
And
pretty
the whole
bad.
Josh Freeman drug cover up. Oh man.
Wait a second. Did you say Schiano? Because my wife made me clean out my closet yesterday, and holy shit!
There's Greg Schiano.
Hey, you have a framed.
Why do you have that? Do you know how pissed off?
They
Do
gave
you
this to
know
me on
how
the fucking tour.
pissed off I am at you right now?
That's
you know
Wait,
how-
can I have that?
Do you know how mad I am at you right now? I
Can I
can't
wait? Can I bid
stand
on that?
motherfucker.
Can I bid on that in the auction? Because I want that in my office.
No.
No, not that piece of shit thing.
No.
Or wait, how old are you in those photos, bro? Like 11?
Oh, bro, I go way back, man. I went like 100 pounds ago when I was a fucking Bucks fan. Shit.
That looks like your son. It didn't even look like you.
Oh, guys, legit. Fuck Schiano, right?
Jeremy Zuta in the chat.
Hey.
Jonas Steckler.
Hey.
Pick a fight with Jeremy
Hey.
Zuta.
No, seriously, Stanker. Fuck Schiano. That's Jaden, bro.
Wow, he's young.
Way back.
He
Young
probably,
guy.
he probably,
That's fucking Jaden.
probably had a better voice
Oh,
back
B
then than
Shuck.
Greg.
B Shuck is nude right now in the
Oh,
absolutely
Oh, he
fucking naked.
he reminds us though. B
Hey,
Shuck.
time. No, B Shuck not here to the GoFundMe.
That's okay.
Go
All right.
me.
So before I forget, and we'll go back to Pless talking football and using his big brain. Hey, listen, April's around the corner. That means it's time for our annual fundraiser that we do, where we allow you guys to help us raise money for the Arians Family Foundation, and in return, every $100 that you donate is a raffle ticket, and we're gonna pick a winner or maybe two that will be able to join us at our hole, our sponsored golf hole at the golf tournament in April. That's towards the end of April, April 24th to 25th. I can't remember the exact date. And if you donate more than $100, You are also going to receive a personally signed BA photo on top of that. So it's a win-win. Awesome foundation.
Personally?
Yes, personally. Awesome foundation. They do awesome work. If you don't know what they do, Google them. They're awesome. We're partnered with them because we love what they do. Lots of you guys have been there. Obviously, you've seen what we do, what they do. B-Shuck was there.
Hey, Zach,
Peter
call, and I'd like to hear
Yeah,
their experience at our hole. And I still feel Zach in my hole, which is kind of weird in our hole. Plus, I'm just gonna break the news right now.
Latte, hold on. Latte, before you make your next point, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
At said event in the past, can you like tell me a moment? Was there like ever a moment where you're just with your son chilling and like Hall of Fame wide receiver pulls up to our hole and you end up playing cornhole with him? Was there a moment like something like that happened at that event?
Yeah, pretty much. Mike Evans pulled up, no big deal. I said, "Oh shit, I know you. You're a beast, Jaden. Let's play some fucking cornhole." And then Carmi V put it up on fucking the Buccaneers Instagram because he was wearing a Mike Evans jersey because that's a favorite player, and it was Mike Evans to Mike Evans, Mike Evans to Mike Evans.
And so, if somebody wins the raffle,
there's a reason
they can play cornhole.
There's a reason we call it once in a lifetime experience. We had no other. We didn't know what else to call it because that's what it is.
Was there another time where we met Hall of Famer 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗲?
We didn't just meet him. We sang him praises with tears in our eyes as we proclaimed to him that 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗲 was doing him wrong. That's what happened.
One last thing.
He's the best.
One last thing that we never talked about or never reported, and there's video of it, but I've never posted it because I respect this man too much. We may have done shots with a former fullback of this football team. We just may have done shots with him.
Many shots.
Yeah.
More of a tailback than a fullback.
Could have been he could have been a hybrid.
Yeah,
hybrid. I won't name any names, but
I'm not going to say anybody from the coaching staff or any players at all. No coaching staff, no players. We did not get them to say fuck the Saints. We did not.
We don't have all that on video.
We don't have video of that, and it never happened.
No, I would never have.
But if you may want to see it in person, just maybe. But I'm breaking news right now, guys. I'm breaking news.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I'm
also,
breaking news
yes.
right now. Shut the fuck up. I'm breaking news.
I was going to tell somebody that 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗲 is always there. Yes. Go ahead.
𝗙𝗙𝗲𝗲 is always there every year. Period. I'm breaking news right now. I'm just going to do it because we did it last year. We took some people with us. Plus, you're going to our fucking hole.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Plus, you're going to our fucking hole this year, bro.
Holy shit!
You're going to our hole.
You're like Oprah right now, bro. You just Oprah'd him.
Amazing.
Everybody's going to the hole. No, not everybody.
You're going to the hole.
You're going to the hole. Fucking Pless in the building.
You will have our meats in your mouth as you meet.
Oh man.
And listen,
legends.
I'm looking forward to it, guys. Thank you.
We're letting you hang out and do all that. Don't come in there and try to be smarter than us and all that. All right. Don't try to outshine us.
I'm expecting
massive brain.
Hey, Sammer, I saw your wings on Twitter the other day. I think maybe that was yesterday. And I was thinking about your meat like the whole day, pretty much.
The whole night.
Somebody clip it.
That happens.
Stank.
I'm sure you get that a lot.
I get that a lot. Once they see the meat, they can't stop thinking about it.
So do I, you son of a bitch. We have equal good meat.
Oh, you do.
Poppy, I've seen your meat too.
We have equal good meat. This motherfucker though, the tree bark shit, he can't cook.
That ain't me.
He's sides guy. He can do sides. He's really good at
He's a lot older than us, too.
Really good.
His testosterone is a little bit lower.
Really good.
It's a little bit different. But,
really good.
Maybe
my meatloaf that was in your mouth? My big slab of meatloaf?
Maybe he'll make mac and cheese or cornbread this year instead of trying to, bring meats to, just know what you are, Stank.
Nobody wants to eat a big old fucking thing of mac and cheese and play golf, bro. That's the first idea.
Nobody wants to do anything that we're doing and play golf. It makes no sense. We disrespect that golf tournament every year, and that's what makes it so amazing. Anyway,
are we telling people what we're doing at the hole this year?
No, we're not. That's why people got to fucking see it. No, some people know. But listen, before I forget, our goal this year is $35,000. Last year, I think we got 25. We want to be able to present a $35,000 check this year. We are already at 10 grand. Massive surprise donation from Pelagic and Pewter, $10,000, which is also going towards the first ever Loose Cannons golf foursome team. Like, we're going to actually have a Loose Cannons team on the course. Pelagic will be golfing. I will not.
There's going to be a foursome at our hole?
There's going to be a foursome with our logo and in our hole. That's right.
At our hole?
At our hole.
Wait. Slow it down, Zach. But this foursome is mobile, so that means it gets to come to every hole?
It's going to every hole, yeah. coming all
When
over
you
him.
listen, when you're a foursome, you come multiple times at multiple holes. This is part of the deal.
Incredible.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
Incredible.
part of the requirement to get in. It's like a prerequisite.
This
How
is
many times
incredible.
can you go in an hour? About 4 or 5 times. All right, you're in. Stank,
in.
sorry. Obviously.
Did they call that a Pippin these days? I read that they call that.
It's a Pippin. That's a Pippin. Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, bro.
I love this podcast.
Stank's like a fluffer or the camera guy, right? Or the closet dude. Is that what they call? Depending on which genre, I guess.
Pippin is built different. Rewind that for a second. 4 times? Every day? God damn, bro.
What's wrong with that?
I'm good. You
Sammer's not impressed. Sammer, you're not impressed with that?
You're not impressed at all?
He has sex 4 times a day? That's it?
Okay, how many times do you fuck in one day?
You think I have a harem just to fucking look at him? Come
This
on.
is true.
Good point.
Why do you think I have bidets in
Pless,
your room?
Pless, did we just sign a running back? Some guy?
Yeah. Let's talk about football,
Chase
Pless.
Edmonds.
Oh, Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds.
I love that guy.
Oh,
I did a video before the pod, so I love it.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, wow.
he's
Wow. And where can people find that video if they want to watch it?
Real Bucs talk. Yes,
Oh,
go
okay.
check it out. YouTube.
All right.
It's a great
anyway,
channel.
Tell us about Chase, please.
Channel is linked in the description, by the way, below. So go ahead, Pless.
Appreciate that. Chase is he's just a solid back. I mean, he can do it all. I like his pass catching ability the most. His ability to be that third down back, change of pace, to spell Rashad when he needs it. So just solid and quick. He adds speed to the offense, which is something they need. But he's a guy that you can line out as a wide receiver and take advantage of mismatches. So a lot of fun. I like his game, and I think he was just misused the last couple of years, especially in Denver, and then also Miami.
Plus, I did want to ask you. I want to rewind, necessarily rewind to the quarterback, but how the quarterback affects the receivers. These amazing receivers that we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and you talked about it on Twitter, a little back and forth. People keep all over Tampa, right? At the barbershop, at UPS. That's all people want to talk about. Oh, Baker's going to suck, and Mike Evans isn't going to get 1,000 yards. Your response to that, when me and you went back and forth, is Mike is going to flourish in this type of offense because he's not going to have to. He can win mano a mano. He can do that, but now he's going to be schemed open.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, Chris Godwin's going to be playing on the outside and have more opportunities to take advantage of mismatches. There's just going to be more options and to get these guys the ball more because, like you said, it's going to be schemed open. Guys are going to be in motion, a lot more pre-snap motion where you guys getting moving and getting them on the run to get free releases instead of being pressed all the time. And yeah, he's going to be just fine. Like 1,000 yards, not going to be hard for him, in this offense. It's going to be really fun.
The other thing too that I've noticed since BA got here and they kind of use more of that vertical passing game, Mike isn't on the field every single snap. He has to come off. He's got it sometimes. He's got to get his air back. He's got to get his oxygen back. Not his coxygen sink. Relax. So this type of offense will allow them to not have to work so hard, not have to run down the field every single play.
Did
yes,
you
I
say
did.
coxygen?
I did say that. So it's one of those things where I think we'll have more Mike Evans, if that makes any sense, in tinier chunks maybe, but he won't have to work so hard to get open. He won't have to go down the field and go off the field, and then 2 plays later, we'll see him more consistently on the field, which I think is necessary.
He'll be a big part of the game plan, and I think just being able to find ways to get him open and get him the ball where he can have ability to get yak yards, I think is going to be great. Create separation because of the routes that he's going to be running. So they are going to find ways to make separation easier for him, like you said. So there'll be just more opportunities to get him involved early instead of having to wait, till the second half until he gets his first target or something like that. Or if he's, running hot, we're not going to go away from him in the second half. So there's just going to be better understanding of playing to their strengths, which is these incredible receivers that they have and finding ways to get them the ball.
So
I don't doubt that Mike can't do everything, but Chris Godwin seems like we've only just scratched the surface with what he's capable.
Oh
of.
yeah,
In line
definitely.
every position, even in the backfield, which we never see him do. I think the guy can do it all. He can do what Debo does. I've always felt that.
No, I agree. I think Chris, where you're going to see the biggest jump for him is more explosive plays. So I think his ability to get more downfield and create those explosives, like you've seen with DK Metcalf, I think that's what you're going to see from Chris Godwin. His ability to get downfield and create those big explosives. Russell Gage is going to be utilized better underneath and be able to run away from guys and utilize his speed like he did in Atlanta. So they're just going to be better fit for what their skill sets are. We're not going to try to make these guys do what they're not good at. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
So Mike Evans is Tyler Lockett, and your boy is Chris Godwin. Those are the comps. That's what you think they'll use them?
No, I don't think it necessarily has to be that. I think, Mike can obviously do what DK does, get vertical and win. I just see Chris Godwin getting more of those explosive plays like you've seen DK and Tyler Lockett get.
It's
what a silly question.
We're not going to see Chris Godwin. We're not going to see Chris Godwin basically having routes run directly into defenders. Catching the ball and getting tackled is what I wanted to get out before you got to that, Stank. Relax. See how I just fucking alpha this shit out of you, by the way? What we're going to see energy, bro? What we're going to see is we're going to see him actually run after the catch, because he has a massively underrated yak game, in my opinion. And now Chris will be able to catch a ball in space and get moving and get rolling and break tackles, do what he does best without having to catch a ball, like a wide receiver screen where there's 45 guys trying to tackle you once the ball hits your hands. Just like that. Yeah, I just took the fuck out. I just took his lunch money for the entire year. Go ahead, Stank. Go ahead.
I'm proud of you, bro. You finally talked over me for once. Well, how many years have we been in this podcast?
Okay.
9 years. 9 years.
Since you slid into my DMs. Since you slid into my DMs begging me to be on my show. Go ahead.
Oh, I slid into your DMs to save you from that terrible show where some guy was like, "Hey, everybody!"
It had to be done. Had to be done. It had to be
like
done.
A fucking horn and shit.
It had to be done.
Stank, what was it? Loose cannons. Fire those cannons. Go.
It was awesome.
Hey, everybody, say it together now. Fire those cannons.
Had to be done. It had to be done for the evolution of this show to happen. That's what it had to happen, dude. What did you have to say? What did you actually have to say?
Thank God you met me as well. I don't even remember now. I remember now. It's not important.
More like, thank God you kept DMing me over and over and over again. Hoping.
Hey, I promise this is not rehearsed, guys.
Hoping. How could you rehearse this? Guy's been begging me the entire show about his birthday fucking party. Starts the show out about it. Then he's texting me during the show, can you please let me know if you're coming or not? Like, just let it go, dude. I'm not going to your birthday party. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to. Plus, what do you mentioned Branch? All right.
Was it because you're so cheap you don't want to buy me a gift? So that's why you don't show up.
I would send you a gift. I'm cash gift guy anyway. It doesn't make a difference.
Oh fuck!
I'll sell you the money.
I expect an envelope, bro.
I prefer to give an envelope. I prefer a cash envelope type of scenario. But plus, we talked a little bit about Branch. We kind of touched on him. I need to know why you think he's a fit for Todd Bowles. What is so just appealing about him, and why Todd Bowles would no way he's going to pass up a guy like that.
1 second. Yeah. Can you address that B-Shuck?
Sorry. Plus, B-Shuck donated $5. Says Stank sniffs glue. The end. Go ahead, Plus. Let's talk about Branch.
I think that's what it says.
Yeah, I mean, Branch is just a fun player. I mean, his ability to. I think the biggest thing with him is his natural instincts, and he obviously watches film. And I think, just understanding route recognition and how to jump routes, how to make plays, and he doesn't miss tackles. So he's a stout tackler.
Who are we talking
about? Brian Branch.
Why are we talking about a guy that we're not drafting at 19, bro? Why, Sammer?
Hey, be quiet. Sammer's doing some cool shit, playing some fucking Brian Branch highlights right now. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's keep going.
Just interrupting so you can hear yourself talk incorrectly as well.
I didn't know you had a highlight package, bro.
Play the highlight package again. Play it again now, bro.
Populate. What did I tell you earlier this morning? I said it's time.
He's a fucking anchor.
It's time that we let the anchor go so that our show can continue to progress.
Did I miss the meeting about the highlight package?
Plus, listen, I know what they're paying you at Real Bucs Talk, but
I mean, when you bring Real Bucs Talk in, you got to have at least some type of film, to bring it along.
So. Dude's PhD of film.
You got a telestrator? Where's my telestrator?
I have a telestrator. We had a pre-production meeting.
I didn't do a tele.
We didn't include you.
We're
On
not
my
dumb enough.
birthday week.
We're not
Y'all
dumb
gonna
enough
do
to give
TV on
you
my
a
birthday
pen. All right, we're not dumb enough to give you a
Hey.
pen, man. Come on. Sorry, Pless.
No, you're fine. I mean, as you guys see in the highlight there that put together, he's just very smart. I mean, that interception that he makes on the very first play is him just reading the play. Like he knows he has help to the left, so he knows he can jump, go the other way to intercept the oncoming route. So he just has a great feel about him, and he's very consistent on tape. He had a great game against Kansas State. I think he had like 12 tackles, the 1 interception, a sack. He was all over the field. So you add that to your defense, it just allows you to be more versatile, allows Antoine Winfield to play to his strengths, which is deep center field, safety, ball hawk back there. And then you have a ball hawk underneath and Brian Branch. That's going to make your defense very fun. And his ability to blitz off the corner, diagnose run plays, and he's just a sound tackler. And I mean, as you see, the one play where he got beat at the end, he was right there in position. Like the guy had to make a great catch, over him. So he just always in the right spot. He reminds me. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. That's probably too high praise, but he reminds me of a certain guy that was just always in the right spot, making plays around the football. And that's no.
He
I was
looks like Antoine Winfield.
Well, he does
Rondé-
remind me a lot of
Rondé
Antoine
Barber?
Winfield. I was going to say Rondé. Yeah, he just
Rondé
reminds
Barber.
me of.
If that dude isn't Ed Reed, we ain't drafting him at 19. I want him on my team.
Ed Reed doesn't even fit the Todd Bowles.
Ed,
Todd Bowles wants a
Ed
Rondé
Reed
Barber
fits
guy.
every defense.
No,
bro.
he
I know
wants a
you're- I know
guy
you're-
that
I know
can
you're Seminole.
tackle, a guy that has IQ, the guy that just makes plays in multiple positions. Ed Reed was a safety. He wasn't playing nickel.
Ed Reed was a ball hawk. Could do it all.
You're taking what I'm saying out of context.
Stank, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm with you. I've been with you as far as trenches. Like I'm just telling you what the Bucs are looking at as far as Brian Branch. Like if it was me making the decision, I would take fat people all day. I love offensive line. I love defensive line, edge rush. That's what I think is our biggest.
Plus, you're not going to reach on one though.
No, you're not. You're not. So
Like if you're going to take a project guy in 19, take the project, like you said earlier, take the project guy in the second round and take a player that's going to make an impact at 19.
Right. Like I love 𝗙𝗿𝗲 𝗔𝗲𝗲 out of LSU. I think he's a great pass rusher that you can get in round 2 at 50.
Love his name. Love his name.
Yeah, it's a great name. And King Felix out of Kansas State. I love that guy. I can't pronounce his whole name because it's hard to pronounce, but he reminds me a lot of Shaq Barrett. I think he would be very good in round 2. Derek Hall is another one out of Auburn. So there are pass rushers to be had later on, especially in a group where there's not a lot of polish at the, it's not well-rounded group. It's a lot of guys that have potential to become that guy eventually, outside of the top guys and Will Anderson. I think he's the best, obviously.
So you're a fan of BJ in the second round, is what you're saying.
𝗙𝗲𝗲 𝗔𝗲𝗲 would be awesome.
I think
I'm more of a first round BJ, but the second round just as good.
Yeah.
We're all
You're
fans.
saying
We're
you're
all
okay,
big
you're okay
fans,
for
big fans of BJ.
reaching for a BJ in the first round?
No, he said second round. He doesn't want to reach.
But you said you'd be okay with it in the first round, so you're okay.
I always like to start things off with BJ. But what I was saying is I think Pless is more of a second round BJ type of guy. Doesn't want to reach for one. I find it extremely funny.
That's interesting. So the BJ after, because the first round sex, so the day 2 BJ.
Day 2, like 5 minutes later.
End the day, bro. End the day.
What's funny is that Pless, before he agreed with Stank, had to say, please don't take this the wrong way. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm about to make myself look stupid by agreeing with you.
Plus, somebody just said in here, where is it at? Somebody just said that taking a safety at 19 is a fireable offense. Can you address that since you do a lot of draft stuff?
I agree, Tony. You're
Hey,
Tony, I don't know if I've told you this before, but you're a fucking smart guy.
Not if it's generational. Not if it's generational talent.
It's not a fireable offense because again, you're not asking him to play safety. You're asking him to play slot corner, where it's a very valuable position because it's important. It's important to have that underneath defender that can help you in the run, which he is going to do, and also take away those flat, the flat defense as far as, the option routes that go out into the flat and just have that robber that can be in the run, which he is going to do.
Yep.
And also take away those
I'm hearing myself.
The flat defense as far as
Sammer?
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
That
I don't know what happened. I started hearing myself. I was like, oh, wait, there I am. But yeah, no, it's an important position to address. And you have to find starters in round 1. Now, I will give you some reasons why they won't take Brian Branch if he is there. There is some reasons to that. The analytics, when you look at his relative athletic score, it's very low. It's going to be around a 7, under an 8. And the Buccaneers, the last couple of drafts, they've always drafted a guy over a 9 with a very high relative athletic score. So
the tape.
Yeah. So you have to look at that. And also, again, they could be focused on other positions. He could be drafted before 19, might not even make it to our pick. And there also could be trade options where they want to get more value picks in the rounds 2 through 4, where this draft shapes up very well. And you want to get as many top 100 picks as you can. But Brian I think would be a great pick if he ends up being the guy.
The funniest thing about this, your entire Brian Branch synopsis, is that you guys were actually watching a highlight package. I didn't know about it. I have to go back and watch the show. I have to go back and watch the show so I can follow what he was saying.
Well, good thing you can go back and watch it because he played it twice because he had to.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. Plus the odds of us trading out of that pick, you think more than 50%?
I think it's up there because, like I said, you want to have as many picks as you can in rounds 2 and 3 and 4 because that's where you're going to get a value. And you look at the roster; they need guys. They need guys to add depth, and you want to build this team up. And there's a lot of positions to cover. Like they could use an extra offensive tackle for sure. You need another interior offensive lineman, I think. And you look at defensively, you're going to need a corner and a safety. Probably a linebacker as well to eventually take over for 𝗙𝗲𝗲. And then obviously edge rushers and defensive line. So there's a lot of needs there. Plus, I didn't even mention tight end. They're definitely going to look at tight end, I think, at some point in the draft.
I've seen people report mock a receiver in the first round at some point. You think we actually take a receiver? Or is that before we sign Gage?
Flowers, kid. That was before Gage restructure and stuff.
Receiver, I wouldn't. Again, receiver's not very strong this year. I would not take a receiver.
Do you think they signed 𝗙𝗲𝗲 or made it more of a priority to make sure he didn't leave because they didn't know how it was going to play out this year and whether or not they'd be able to actually draft his replacement? Or do you still think that's something that they have in mind that they can still pull off this year?
I think it's definitely a possibility they can do it. But I think they just wanted to get 𝗙𝗲𝗲 back because he's 𝗙𝗲𝗲𝗲 David.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, if you can add him back, and he wanted to be back, he wanted to be here, so that worked out. But yeah, they can definitely, I think, upgrade that room depth wise. I don't think KJ Britt is it. I think he's just too slow, not athletic enough, and they definitely want to add speed there. They want to add speed to the whole team. That's what they're looking for. They want to add more athletic guys that can have impact and bring, more speed to the table.
I think we'll wrap it up now with one last question. Plus, you studied.
Are my fuck alarms going off?
Yeah, I am. So saying. So you studied Tristan Wirfs before we drafted him. You know what he's good at. You know what he's not good at. You know what he has done in his past. The offensive line right now doesn't look like we have a very good picture. It looks pretty murky, almost as murky as the waters in most of the River Monsters episodes that I watch every single night.
Also, the drinking water in New Orleans. Sorry.
Correct. Oh no, that's not murky, dude. That's pitch black. What do you think of Tristan Wirfs moving to left tackle? Is this something he's done? Is it something he can do? Is it something he will be able to do as well as he's doing right tackle? Do you like that, or do you not want that at all, and you'd rather see an actual left tackle brought in somehow?
Yeah, I mean, ideal world, you probably keep him at right tackle because you know what he is. Again, I think he's got all the ability in the world to move to left tackle. I don't think that would be an issue for him, but it will take time. It will take time to adjust because it's basically wiping your ass with a different hand. If you wipe your ass with the right hand and you have to switch to the left hand.
Wait, you're losing Sammer right now.
You're losing us. Listen, this is the Loose Cannon show.
What is wiping?
Let me explain it because
ass?
I've heard this reference. Sammer, I'm going to explain it to you the Loose Cannon style. It's like switch batting.
Yeah.
Well, it's jerking off with your.
Oh,
yeah.
Why don't you just say that? What is wiping?
Switch batting means a whole different thing in my world, bro.
Really?
I mean,
yeah. you switch hit, that's something completely different than
good
wiping
thing,
your
good thing I
hand.
can't do it or want to do it.
I think
Well,
steak.
any-
Yeah,
Don't knock,
Anyway.
don't knock it until you try it. I mean,
No, I'm good.
I'm okay.
Anyway,
Hey, if you like to switch hit, I'm okay with that.
Anyway, back to football. Just moving to a different position. I mean, you look at 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗄 moving from right tackle to left guard. It obviously took time to adjust and get used to that position. It would be the same thing with Tristan Wirfs because you have to set up your feet a whole different way. You have to, move your hips, a whole different way. So a lot of things are changing in that regard.
Did he do it in college? Would he be able? Like, is there
He
anything?
he played left tackle in college, but I don't think it was very long. It was very limited snaps. So he was mainly right tackle. But when he did play left tackle, he wasn't bad. I mean, he was still pretty good. Again, the guy's an athletic freak. He's jumping out of pools. So, I mean, I don't think he would have a problem with it.
My thought process is if moving him to left tackle allows you to use the talents of all the other guys better, and then you have a really good front five, then you do it. But the other side of that coin is if you have to kind of deal with some growing pains, now you've created a second hole almost. And you may have created right tackle and left tackle. We don't know what 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗃 could or could not be at this point still. So it's one of those things with me, but I don't doubt that he could do it. It's just how long until he can do it as well, if at all. So it's one of those things. But Pless, huge brain, awesome shit tonight, dude.
Yeah, I tried jumping out of the pool though one time since Pless mentioned it. I couldn't get my kneecaps out of the water.
Dude, I lost my entire thought.
I don't understand how he did
tough.
that. Doesn't make sense.
I lost the
He is
entire
not
thought.
human.
Completely gone.
The
right?
whole
I don't know.
thong?
Yeah, I don't know how he did it without losing his pants. They have a lot more water surface there, obviously. Plus, let people know how they could find actual Bucs talk and film, just hordes of film shit that you do that you guys are awesome at over at Real Bucs Talk, please.
No, I appreciate you guys. I'm really excited that I'll be joining for the golf tournament. That's going to be awesome. So, yeah, I can't wait. So, yeah, super excited. And, yeah, you can find my work, Real Bucs Talk. Just go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of content coming out daily. We're really getting back into things now. So it's a full schedule. Like I joked with Sammer, he's like, these guys don't sleep. Yeah, I don't sleep till June. So that's why you probably see the bags under my eyes. It's always bad because I don't go to sleep. But yeah, always watching film and really trying to catch up on the draft because there's so many guys I have to watch, to get prepared.
It's crazy. The guy signs, and like 5 minutes later, you guys have a video on all the shit he does well. I'm like, how the fuck did you just do that? We literally, and it's not like a big name like Chase Edmonds. Like, I don't fucking know this dude. I don't even know he's still playing the NFL. All of a sudden, you guys got a whole fucking film package on him. Like 5 minutes after he signed.
Not just the film package, Sammer, because we know, right? Post-production shit, we go through all the headaches.
Of it.
He not only has the video ready to go on YouTube in its entirety, then he has fucking highlight clips that he can post on Twitter and fucking get people. It's fucking goat shit, bro. Okay? Like, if you know, you know.
How many Indians you got over there, Pless? You could tell me.
What? How
How many
what?
Indians you got over there?
Thank you for calling AT&T. I'm from Real Bucs
Yeah,
Talk.
if I call 1-800 Real Bucks Talk, am I getting one of those guys? Thank you
No,
for
it's
calling
just-
Adam. You're talking to a Real Bucks Talk. I
It's
cannot
just-
tell you.
Just me and Mark, and we just
I
go to
gotta
work.
check this show out. Where do you find it again?
Real Bucs Talk. That's one word on YouTube, and yeah, just hit that subscribe button. A lot of videos, a lot of
That's on the
content.
internet. That's on the internet.
Yeah,
YouTube?
on the internet. Hit that Google, and you can find it there.
Plus, you guys should have your own on there. You guys should be able to go to youtube.com/@RealBucksTalk.
There you go. Yep, that's
Boom.
us.
There it is. See that? I'm doing
There it
you
is.
guys- Doing you guys a solid. Look at that.
That's why I come on the show.
That's what
why
Indians do for you, right there. Pless.
Boom. I just had them do it for you. They just took care of it.
Samir!
Hey,
That's
no!
Thank you, Samir.
Put that. No, we're
That's-
not building computers tonight. Just get back
don't
on the
yell at some-
phones.
Don't yell at
That-
Samir. Don't yell at
that's why I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys bringing me on here. It's a lot of fun. You guys bring me out of my shell, so I much appreciate that.
Yeah, go deal with your car. It's on its side. I don't know how you're getting home. Go take
Right.
care of that.
Yeah. Oh, people were asking. Stand up. Show it to them.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane
down here. Show it to
Falco.
him.
Yeah.
Wait,
Fucking
wait,
Shane.
you're gonna stand up and show it to
Quicksand,
us?
baby.
Oh, it's the jersey.
He's not wearing pants. He is
I
not
thought
wearing
it was
pants.
something else.
No,
Guaranteed he's not wearing
You
pants.
said stand up and show it to us, and I was like,
Hey, whoa.
whoa.
Wow, that got really weird.
Oh,
Plus
it
has
did.
fun on here, man. We never
I
see
do.
Plus like this. Thank you for coming back, Plus. Now that Byron's out of the building, you're back on the loose cannons. All is right in the universe. I had wings yesterday for the first time in a long time. Everything's good, man. Everything's kosher.
He went to New York and everything got reset. Snake, you're right. Everything will be correct again. Sammer's consuming wings. Fuck. A long year and a half.
Those wings looked really good.
New York is gonna be fun when we go this season, boys. Plus, you got to join us when we go to Buffalo.
You're going, oh, Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go a couple days early. Go hit the Big Apple, have a little bit of fun. You know, that kind of stuff. A lot of fun there, dude.
Bro,
Take
a
Stank to the
Dominican, a
ball.
Jew, and an Arab all together in New York, just like it's meant to be.
We're just
That's
missing.
exactly that sounds normal to me.
That's what I'm saying. Just like it's meant to be.
We'll
What
go
are
to
you,
Washington Heights.
Irish?
We'll go to Washington Heights. We'll go to the TikTok guy, the guy that makes the fucking crazy sandwiches, and then we'll go to I don't know.
I'm not going to
Where
that guy's restaurant.
Where do we go for you?
I'm not going to that guy's restaurant.
Where we go?
We go to Carnegie Deli. We can go in. There's so many
We go
places.
to any bagel joint.
Any deli, listen, bro. Come on. You know my people run that city. Anyways, thanks for joining us, people, and tuning in to the Loose Cannons podcast.
Go
I
Bucs.
appreciate the fans.
Donate to the AAF for Stank's birthday,
Yes.
so stop crying like
Arians
a bitch.
Family Foundation, please, and fuck you, Stank. And I'm not going to your birthday party.